And everyone deserves compassion and support, as you've taught us. That means leave the doors unlocked for Robin Hood and the IRA and Billy the Kid, in case they need a place to hide. Do you realize what you've done? You've made us superheroes. You've turned us into Joan of Arc. Hey guys, this is John with the Alpha Channel update for Sunday, June 2nd, 2024 here in Los Angeles. And I do have some art to show off. First off, I did a new cover logo treatment for the book. The wolf's hook is probably going to have to come out because that's where the skaters are going to be. But here's also, now this is going to be a little tougher to see. This is a couple panels of the Venice skate park. So there's just some cement blocks. It's just layout. And the reason I got so little done is because I was out with friends and I had a great time. We had a little barbecue, out on the beach, bonfire. And I got to talk with a really good friend of mine who is genius, super math engineer guy. And he helped me sort out a story problem that's going to solve the third novel with the micronics, which is the artificial intelligence represented by... So yeah, my friend helped me solve the little problem with the micronics, the artificial intelligence represented by this black microtech. And also it could be the Fairbairn-Sykes. This metal can change shape, so it could become either of these. It could become a 1911, which is not right here at the moment. But yeah, it can, and it can clone itself into multiples. So basically this metal is T256, an element, a highly compressed, dense metal that's liquid on the inside because of there's so many electrons, and the outside is fused. It's as they try to expand and escape into the atmosphere, they fuse into a hard surface, and that makes it like a really flexible but really strong metal. And that's how all the anti-gravity stuff works in my novels. And my friend helped me solve what this AI wants, what its goal is. Because I never wrote it as being especially interested in people's mundane affairs. It has its own ambitions. And now I know exactly what they are. I'm so excited. I'm halfway through the third novel now. It's going to be a cinch to finish it. It's so fantastic. I'm so happy. And I get to show you guys, I'm also happy because I get to show you guys Conan the Barbarian #3, originally sold for 15 cents. If I had #1, I don't know if I'd show it off to you. I really don't know if I would. This one is great. The Night of the Grim Grey God. Wait till you see the ending. I'm so excited to show you the ending. But the first pages, Barry Windsor Smith really focused a lot of work on the initial pages here. The first 3 pages of his books I've noticed, and these first 2 are just like the best. They're awesome. So here, look at this double page layout. I hope that's in frame. I really do. Isn't that just awesome? And then this page is pretty good, but this is just a single one. So you've got your first ad, right? You've got your first ad. Look how yellow these pages are. This one's more like the second act stall, obviously, right? You're into the second act now. There's some action, all ads. Now I don't want to get a copyright strike. Look at this guy's face. The unibrow is just fucking awesome. The unibrow and the big teeth. And I want to show you a couple more. Now you get into this like very daylight story, like carnival festival. And so it's all bright skies for this book. There's not a lot of darkness. Here, the panels are just across the top, right? The bottom half of the page is left open for ads, Charles Atlas stuff, right? And 2 more pages of fighting, but daylight fighting, like an afternoon fight, It's not in the rain, it's not in the snow, it's not in inclement weather, the way we like to hold our wars now. It's almost like a country, just an afternoon in the country. All right, so I'm going to skip ahead. We're not going to show all the pages, but I do want to show the end. because the end is just, look at this. So now we get some darkness and some atmosphere, and the very end is the Valkyrie, the choosers of the slain. There they are, whisking off the fallen heroes to Valhalla. This is just, oh, this is the best. This is the best. These stories were awesome. Yeah. Back when Marvel was good. Like good. Not like good work, but like a force for goodness in the world instead of a source of degeneracy. Which does lead me to what I want to talk about. I have some more stuff to show off. I showed off some art. We have to do our Wildwood Tarot. Alright, so today's Wildwood Tarot card is going to be, let me show off the box again. Wildwood Tarot. Today's Wildwood Tarot card going to be the Six of Vessels Reunion. Look at the way the trees are arranged on the top of the hill. And then it kind of matches the back, doesn't it? The sort of Yggdrasil world tree on the back. The Six of Vessels Reunion. Wildwood Tarot. You can't go wrong with this deck. It's just really amazing. Oh, and I have one more thing I want to show you guys. This is an O-Katana. This is what Musashi had to fight the guy on the shore. When Musashi used the oar, it was this. It was a 6-foot katana. This is a 6-foot katana. I'm not sure it's all the way even in the frame. I hope you can see the whole thing. Is that just like not the most beautiful? And the scabbard itself, you wouldn't even have to, the scabbard itself is a good 4-foot piece of wood that you can slap someone upside the head with. This was for the Ashley story, The Gauntlet. I remember the name of it today. It was going to be called The Gauntlet, where she had to fight all these masters that a couple time travelers had collected to attack her with. Sort of like Rufus in Bill and Ted. If he was out collecting artists, like the Valkyrie, choosers of the slain. Which brings me to what I want to talk about today. A simple quote from Mark Twain. You guys, my cultural enemies, let's refer to you that way, in the culture war. You've overstepped your limits again. Apparently you tried to shut down Alex Jones and InfoWars, and you're going after Trump too. These guys are your puppets. You don't realize that we know that you have your hands up their backsides and you're making them talk. That, Alex Jones constantly talking about the Chi-Coms. It's not the Chinese communists that's the problem. It's the American communists that are the problem. The Bolsheviks, the cabal. These are all dog whistles. You guys need to read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion to know who's out to destroy your Western civilization. Find out who Barbara Lerner Specter is in Sweden. So who prays for Satan? Who in 18 centuries has had the common decency to pray for the one sinner who needs it most? Samuel Clemens said that. And think about that. Let that sink in. If you throw out Trump and Alex Jones, you know who's going to take their place? Guys like me. Guys who have nothing to lose and are willing to say what you don't want anyone to say. I'm willing to pull back the curtain more than Alex and Trump are. Trump was your puppet. Trump loved you guys. He loved the learned elders of Zion. Guys like me don't. We have no affinity for you whatsoever. We won't defend you. We won't let our friends and cousins and nephews and brothers go and die in the sand anymore. That's played out. That's played out. You've made degeneracy fashionable, and now everything is escalating. We only need to be lucky once. You guys need to be lucky every time, and everyone deserves compassion and support, as you've taught us. That means leave the doors unlocked for Robin Hood and the IRA and Billy the Kid, in case they need a place to hide. Do you realize what you've done? You've made us superheroes. You've turned us into Joan of Arc. And we all know what happens to Robespierre at the end. Do you guys realize that the Committee for Public Safety and the Friends of the Constitution are oiling up the People's Avenger for the learned elders of Zion? You are behind the curtain now. You've always been able to keep your hands off the levers of control, but Biden is obviously a puppet. No one's gonna believe it if you try to hang him out to dry. We all know Anthony Blinken and the rest of you, Janet Newland. We all know who you are. I don't have to do anything. I'm making comic books. But this is not going to end well for you. We see you in Sweden, in Paris, in London, in Rome, in DC. Here's the real problem. You guys don't know how to win. You don't know how to win in a way that lets you celebrate your win with everyone. And because you cheat and you scam everyone, all you have is enemies. No one wants to celebrate your win. I was watching the Red Bull Open at the Venice skate park the other day. Everyone was having a great time. No fights. Complete diversity. But you know why? Because the barrier to entry is so high that none of you people can get in there. You can't get in there cheating. You have to be good. And everyone celebrates your victory because it's clear how much time and effort and discipline you've put into the work. Whereas you guys, because you cheat all the time, no one wants to celebrate your victory with you. A weak king has to constantly have guards around him because someone's going to put a knife between his ribs. A worthy king can have a huge celebration and share everything with everyone and get hugs from the people who love him and wouldn't dream of hurting him. And he can compete with them because he can roll on the mat. A good king can go to jiu-jitsu class and roll on the mat with his people, whereas the evil king has to hide in his fortress at his walled garden party with security. And you guys know which side of that you're on. How do you get to the good side? I'm here to help you, if you really think about it. You can't get to the good side because you're unworthy and because you're cheating people. And you know it, and we all know it. So you guys should really, you should learn how to be friends with people. It's really easy. It's really easy. Go watch The Legend of Billie Jean. Go watch the Red Bull Open skateboarding. Go ride a skateboard and fall down and hurt yourself. And let that destroy your ego. And then you'll stop with this ethnic war you're doing. Maybe, maybe not. If you think about how easy it would be if you did stop. You remember when Todd and Jim and Mark and Willis and Chris and all the other guys, I think the only guy I'm leaving out is Jim Valentino. When they all left Marvel and DC to form Image Comics, one of the things Todd said, it would have been really easy to keep us. You guys can't treat anyone with respect, and that's why you're having problems. All you have to do is treat people with respect, and the world will love you. All right, see ya.